Hello, welcome students. The first day of the second week. Hope you're doing okay. Let me know how the work is going and definitely tell me if you need help on a particular problem. Take a screenshot of it, send it to me, and I'll do what I can to help you. I set my specific hours. You can find them in Google Classroom. The assignment today is going to be on midpoint, so let's just go ahead and practice your formula. I was gonna write on this and I forgot. I have to take a screen sketch first. Okay, here we go. All right, to find your midpoint, remember the midpoint is a coordinate point. So you have to add the x's and divide by 2, and that's gonna get you your x, and you have to add the y's and divide by 2, and that's gonna get you your y. So basically it's like an average, the middle point, you add them, divide by 2. So in this case, my x's are -10, -5, so you add them. So -10 plus -5 gives me -15 divided by 2. What's that, -7.5? Okay, so that's the x. All right, for the y, you're going to do -7 and +8. So -7 plus a +8 is going to give you a 1. 1 divided by 2 is going to give you a 0.5. So then the answer for this should be -7.5 and 0.5. All right, for this one, we're going to add the x's. So -6 plus -10 gives us -16. Divided by 2 gives us -8. And for the y, we're going to look at the y values. -1 plus -10, they're both negative, so negative of 11 over 2 is -5.5. What I'm doing. Haha. And there are the answers. Okay, so the next two problems are finding the midpoint of the line segments. Now you can go both ways. You can read the coordinates. So for example, this one will be 4, -1. And this one would be 1, -3. Now you have two coordinates, 1, -3 and 4, -1. And we can do what we did, which is add the x's. 1 plus 4 divided by 2 gives you 5 over 2, or 2.5. -3 plus -1 gives you -4 divided by 2, which is -2. So you can do it this way and get your midpoint. What is this? How do I change the color? There it is. So the answer would be 2.5, -2. Now, another way of doing this is saying, oh, would you look at that? The rise is 2 and the run is 3. So that means you divide those by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And so you go through the middle and then you go across and it would be right there. And then you read the point. This point is 3.5. Sorry, this one is 2, that's 3, and that's 4. So this is actually 2.5. And it goes down 1 to -2. And you see you get the same answer, but it's your choice which method you want to use. And so here we go. Same thing, 2 as 3, so I'm going to go in the middle. I just got to read that point, which is 0.50. All right, let's see if I get them right. All right, hide the answers. Let's go to the next two. The given endpoint and the midpoint. So one of the things that you need to understand is that we add the endpoints and we divide by 2. Okay, we only given one of the endpoints. So this means that it's 9 plus some x value divided by 2, that gives you 5. And it's -8 plus some y value divided by 2, that gives you a -1. This is the midpoint. And now, so we multiply both sides by 2, right? The 2's cancel here. You have 9 plus x equals 10. 5 times 2 is 10. Subtracting 9. x is equal to 1. And then same thing here, we multiply both sides by 2. All right, how did I get the -2 when I multiplied those? 2 times -1 gives me -2. That's the same thing as multiplying both sides by 2. See, the 2's cancel here, and then I still have to do -1 times 2. This is -8, so we always do the opposite, so it's going to be +8. So then y is equal to 6, so the other endpoint is going to be 1, 6. And you can double check, see, 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 divided by 2 is 5. -8 plus 6 is -2, -2 divided by 2 is -1. So then you got it correct. All right, once again, this is an endpoint, that's the midpoint, and we're looking for the other endpoint. So that means that it was -9 plus some x value by 2 that gave us -3. And it was 10 plus some other y value, right? That gave us, divided by 2, that gave us that -5 right here. And now you just multiply by 2, right? -3 times 2 is -6. This is -9, so you gotta do +9 plus 9. X equals 3. Multiplying both sides by 2, you get 10 plus y equals -10. This is a +10, so we have to subtract 10. Now I know some of you guys try to, just check your work on the calculator. 10 minus 10 is 0, but -10 and -10 is -20. So then the other endpoint is 3, -20. Okay, let me know if you still have questions on this topic.